we're talking today about cybersecurity, not just in the technical side, but also the human and the physical dimensions. So to quickly introduce ourselves, FC and I are the founders of Redacted Firm, and at Redacted Firm we work not just on the technical side of cybersecurity, but also on the human and the physical side. So we're talking today, as we've said, about the different areas of cybersecurity to try and illustrate that it isn't just about the technical. To begin with, we want to give you an overview of what cybersecurity really means. If you look at the dictionary definition, we can understand that cybersecurity is the measure that you take to protect a computer or computer systems. Obviously, computers and computer systems don't exist in a vacuum. Of course, people are interacting with computers and with information. And of course, there is the physical dimension of where they are located. So this starts to explain the other dimensions of cybersecurity, that we can't just look at it through the technical lens. So to begin with, we are going to look at three areas, and we're going to start off with the people side of cybersecurity. We generally start is by looking at the different attack groups. So there are different attack groups or different threat actors when it comes to cybersecurity. Those individuals and organizations that you need to consider when you're thinking about protecting your information. The different threat actors include, of course, the nation state level. Of course, there are organized criminal gangs. We have hacktivists who are politically motivated. We then have the script kiddies, a term that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with. A script kiddie is somebody who is not a hacker in the traditional sense. They are somebody who doesn't necessarily have really any hacking skill or knowledge, but they use online tools, scripts that they can download. They watch some YouTube videos. Then we have insiders, and insiders are the group that I want to focus on for my brief discussion of the people side of cybersecurity. We hear a lot about the other attack groups or the other threat vectors, but insiders actually are often the biggest issue when it comes to an organization's cybersecurity.
Okay, so now let's look at how technology overlaps with the people side of what Jess has just been talking about. Other ways that attackers are attacking clients is through the GPRS network, the mobile phone network. As we move on, we can see that we're starting to see a lot more artificial intelligence being used now, a lot of machine learning. We're seeing a lot of attacks on these systems, and we can actually start getting systems to think completely separately. So here, this turtle was given a piece of noise over its shell, and is actually being classified now as a rifle rather than a turtle. Now, if you can flip that around, if criminals understand how to attack machine learning algorithms, they can cover their rifles in this particular imaging, and it will think that they're a turtle. So it's very important that we understand how these new systems are being used, how they're being attacked by criminals. How this works is your mobile phone will connect to the nearest cell phone tower that has the strongest signal. So you get a lot of nation state level attacks that are very sophisticated on telephone systems, etc. But you're more likely to get hit with a SQL injection on your website. What this means is once you get into the back end systems, you can start pulling out data. But it's not just about the cyber side. It's not just about the human side. We obviously talk about the physical side. This is one area of my job that I both enjoy and excel at. As part of my job, I get asked to physically break into buildings. I want you to take just a few seconds to have a look at this and see if you can see the security issues that I see in this image. The real security issue here is the CCTV camera, which you can see up the top of the screen. It's actually protecting the tree outside the bank rather than the bank. We get a lot of clients that think that just throwing money at any of these systems, whether it's the human side, the physical side, or the cyber side, will fix the problem. And it's not always the case.
And if there is a problem in one area, if the security is not robust enough on the people side or on the physical side or on the technical side, then attackers will use that vulnerability as the way into an organization. And if there is a leak in one area, if there's a problem in one area, then this is where you will experience the issue of cybersecurity that will then spread to the organization as a whole.